Well, hello there. Hi, this is Goldsmith. It is the middle of the night for me here on the East Coast of the United States, 5:11. That is May the 11th, 2024, 1:13 in the morning a.m. And secret special in the middle of the night edition of an interview so that we can do a live interview here halfway across the world and making time zones work. So we'll be with DeSjaak, Designer of the Year nominee, here very shortly as soon as we can get things patched together, make it sound like we are 20 years ago and it's not really easy to use StreamYard because we're waiting for interviewee to get ready. But I do want to drop in here before we get things started. Obviously, Genesis Week 2024 is the key and the capstone, and the end of last year, the year from 2023 Genesis Week, 2024 Genesis Week, all gets put together. We look at the accomplishments that have happened over the year, both for Upland and with Uplanders. We look at all of the things that have changed over the year of the game, but also the accomplishments, the what have you earned or what is your place in the ecosystem, and that's why we have community awards. With the community awards this year, we did have 4 designers of the year, just like we did last year. We had previously had 3, but this year 4. DeSjaak being one of them. We have looking forward for the last 12 months, moving forward for the next 12 months, hopefully as well. We've seen Upland say things about having a focus on the UGC and wanting to have more and more UGC. But over the last 5 or 6 months, we've been in question about what's our next step. How do things in the UGC space become more accessible? And realistically, a lot of the story of how they've become more accessible over the last 12 months has relied and continues to rely on Uplanders. It relies on individuals who put the work in, the time in, who work with other Uplanders to try to make this space more accessible. People putting out videos or putting out information or working with other Uplanders to get and make the space more accessible, to try to find a way to improve the space, whether Upland is able to or not, or as Upland is introducing new technological supports, having supports along the way, getting people more familiar with Blender, helping other players understand the submission guidelines. In many cases, trying to figure out what the submission guidelines are with Upland, and then helping disseminate those back to other designers, other people along the way. And of course, this is something that can't be done without some of the leaders in that space. So we have people like DeSjaak, we have people like the one and only DTech, and again, that's his title, one and only DTech, the one and only DTech, who have gone and create and put information out to other Uplanders so that they can be in the space as well. It's not just I'm going to make what I can make the best I can make it. It's about increasing the capabilities of the community, really, by making it more accessible. With the donut, DeSjaak has gone and not only endeavored to share what she knows, but learn more along the way. Working with a team of Uplander, actually, I'll put it what it is: demanding from the team of Upland better information along the way, getting clarification when information is put out and is incorrect, seeking to have that information corrected so that people who are coming in from the outside, people who might not even have access or see the donut or other means of explainer videos, that is easy and accessible for them to get in. In that there's a space, and I'm going to check and make sure we get DeSjaak in here, but that there's a space for new people who start tomorrow to come into this space, learn Blender, learn Upland, and continue to make things happen. Again, that's what Design of the Year really means to me. And on Upland side is how you contribute contributions to the art and what we see in the space and the quality of the art that's put out. But really, to me, it's more than that. It's kind of rolled into the definition of what Upland of the Year is, just supporting others in the space as well. And with our nominees, ooh, look at that. with our nominees, we do see that is very apparent as well. As even with Manimoto, we do see that it is about also supporting others to be successful in the space. Charles as well, supporting others, documenting the journey, and making it easier for somebody who's coming up behind them. Putting the hand down as you are getting your foothold, putting the hand down to make it easier for the next person to come up and join you. And again, all 4 of our nominees, like I said, Charles F.R., Manimoto, DeSjaak, and of course the one and only DTech, right along the way, all in the same mode and method of trying to make this space more accessible to everybody and being part of that as a group of people, as opposed to just putting things out. And I did just see DeSjaak drop in, so I'm going to do this. 1, 2, 3. Welcome, DeSjaak. I was doing what was called vamping for a little bit. So you're here?
I'm here. I'm awake.
Okay. Did you hear any of the vamping or no? Missed it all?
I heard the tiny last bit.
Oh, the tiny little bit last. So, okay, so a little bit less fluff, but one and only DeSjaak, obviously nominee for I was going to say Uplander of the Year, but I'm still going to call it Uplander. No, it's Designer of the Year, alongside Charles F.R., alongside Manimoto, alongside DTech, and ultimately did want to have a focus on what are we doing in the space, in the UGC space? Because again, when we look at the nominees this year, that's a story. That's the story of the building the community. DeSjaak up there right alongside, and again, I see the nominee list to really kind of highlighting that. And otherwise, let's get ready for Genesis Week 2024.
Yay!
So, I mean, the intro. I don't know how do I do an intro for you rather than saying, you all know DeSjaak, deal with it.
I think that's a good intro. I'll stick with that. Yeah,
we'll take it. So, welcome. Thank you for making it. I know it's the first thing in the morning for you.
It is. It's
the real first thing in the morning for me. 1:30.
I only ran late for about 20 minutes.
Wait, you got up and you ran?
Oh, well, not running. My house is not that big that I.
Okay. I didn't know if again, there's people who do things. I didn't know if you wake up, you go run a mile, you get up, you.
Oh no, I don't do that. No. Okay. I do swim sometimes in the early morning.
It's too cold for that. It's too early. So,
inside in a pool.
In the house? No,
not in the house.
Definitions.
I could make up this grand story about my house and you would believe it. Is that the case?
I would believe it, or people would believe it?
Both.
Oh, okay, so this is DeSjaak. Look at her cat in the background. She just got up this morning. She just got back from the pool. She did 4 laps down in her basement. Just getting back upstairs now. Good to see you,
I ran from the east wing to the west wing, and now finally I made it to the streaming room.
Now all you're gonna hear when we get to Genesis Week is, DeSjaak's just elitist and in her ivory tower and running around her mansion. What does she know about Uplanders? No,
I mean, I have a house with 2 cats. I think that's like ivory tower enough. For me, that's how an ivory tower looks like.
The second cat is just showing off, if you ask me.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, the first cat is joy. The second cat is showing off, telling the rest of the world you get plenty. Whoa! That was amazing. No, I could tell.
For that.
I could tell.
You need to come over here if you want to be on the stream.
Come on the other side, cat.
Oh, now I have 2. Okay.
Oh, you got both, Harvey and Bruce.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. So let's kick things off. Obviously, middle of the morning for both of us. The other side of the morning for each of us. But getting things started, of course, Genesis Week 2024. We're headed that way. Getting things started on the side of the nomination and Designer of the Year. Let's just say it what it is. what does that mean? Obviously, for you, designer of the year. Is it an honor? Is it a recognition of oh, I wish there was more UGC this year? What is the thought for you at this point?
No. I'm going with
Okay,
honor here
there you
because
go.
I've never been nominated
Oh,
before for this category. So it was like high on my bucket list. I really
okay.
wanted that. I actually really wanted it last year, but no. So I'm really happy that I'm part of the nominees because normally I actually didn't expect it because
Mm.
people send me messages. I don't know, like if someone who does that sees this, please stop. They send me messages saying, "Hey, I'm not going to vote for you because I
What?
think other people already are."
What is that was a theory? Oh, you're too popular in the UGC
Yeah.
space. It's nice that we have the UG space. Thank you for all you do, but you're gonna get nominated by someone else, so it's not gonna be me.
It's I get it every competition. I also get it if it's like a design competition where we
Mm,
can vote on it. People send me
mm,
messages that they won't vote for me. It's just so not fun. Like everyone's free to vote on whoever, but please
mm.
just don't send me a message about it. Uh,
Oh,
so yeah, but so actually that's why I didn't expect it because otherwise
mm,
I kind of thought like then it would have been last year
mm,
and not this year. But
mm.
I'm really happy that in the end there are also people who do vote for for
Yeah,
me,
yeah.
and just being nominated is just like recognition enough. That's like all I need because there's so many talented people in the space
Mhm.
on the list as well, but also like outside of this nominee list, there are so many amazing designers coming up into Upland. Yeah, so just being nominated is enough for me.
I mean, for me, I want to put that there, and I like to put the important asterisk is for me, this award is a twofold, right? The first thing is a nomination. The nomination is done by the community. So it is a huge honor for the community to say, hey, we like you. We support you. One of the top 4 people who are voted for in the space, as a designer. I think that's a huge honor. So congratulations. But at the same time, it's nice that we have that ability for the community to come together and make that decision. However, the design of the year is decided by Upland. So that's like it's like a twofold, right? You have, and again, maybe you call it a popularity contest in Upland, but ultimately everyone gets to have one vote. This is the person I most want to see, be Uplander of the year. This is the person I most want to be designer of the year, and then Upland gets to decide. So
Yeah,
we don't know what the design requirements are.
that is also why I like just to be nominated and take my pride there. Like I think that's kind of the other side of the coin for being like annoying to
Oh,
Uplands to get
oh
answers for
no!
UGC. Yeah, no, like I wouldn't like myself if
Mm,
I would be on the other end of my continuously
mm,
asking questions,
mm,
like getting angry about. Like I know that I can be like a handful for the team sometimes. I hope that I've told them this many times. Send me a message if it becomes too much.
mm.
But yeah, I know that I can be quite annoying. So.
I mean, sometimes people do their best work when they're under a little bit of scrutiny. I don't know.
For me, it's just like, please, like, please look into your announcements, especially when you do the design. Like, we get to the same, like, I think my designs for competitions got lost for at least like 4 or 5 competitions
Mm,
that there were. So, and if we get that every time again, not just me, like for other players as well,
mm,
please build in something so people can check if their submission went well, or
mm,
if there are always issues with scaling, please make like give us the right information to get it right.
mm,
uh, we're there again now with like lots of questions that are still
mm.
pending for the current design. So
Yeah.
Upland, if you're watching, please look at my support email. I sent it 2 weeks ago. Give me an answer. I try to take like the nice, friendly support
Mm,
route and not
mm.
be annoying on the barricades. But then you have to help me with some answers. Yeah.
Yeah, and I like that because again that's the segue is again it's an honor. We have the nomination obviously stemming from the community, and then part of the reason why I kind of roll this into, if you're top of the designers, you're also top of the UGC community. You're almost like Uplander of the Year for the UGC community, because yourself, Charles, Manimoto, and DeSjaak, you guys all kind of made a name for yourself, not only in getting better at the art and learning how to work with the team of Upland in the submissions, but also working with each other to say, hey, this, and this, as far as my questions, bringing those questions to Upland and making it so that everybody who's in the competition has a better idea or better ability to submit.
Yeah.
You are one of the loudest voices, as is DeSjaak's excessively loud as well, but you're one of the loudest voices in asking for change. And as you put it, hey, please get to my support ticket. So you do have that honor of probably bringing up the concerns the loudest for Upland, and obviously typically not vocalizing them, but as far as sending it out publicly, putting it out in places where Upland sees it, and again, putting it out to people when you have the answers to get it out to them. So of course, congratulations on that as well. And what's that been like as far as a journey for you? Is it something where you're just trying to get your own submissions in, or do you really look at it as, I want to make this clear for everybody?
No, it's definitely clear for everybody, because what I try to do is not just get answers for my questions, but get answers for everyone's question, because I kind of saw that. I mean, I'm also loud because I'm Dutch, so I don't have like the friendly barrier.
Dutch.
Yeah, it's a thing. Like, we're known for being very direct and being like, I think that's why Dutch businesses thrive so well, is because we're very straightforward when we want answers. We like, if I email in Dutch, it's just saying like, hey, give me this. And if I email in English, it's like, hey, I hope you are well, blah, 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 some random stuff. And then like, can you perhaps, blah, 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 blah. So there's a difference in culture there. So I think that's also, I just saw that my directness was the best way to get some answers, and that not everyone had that. Not everyone has like as loud of a voice, has like the confidence to, well, not per se confidence, but kind of like the position in this space to kind of like stand up those barriers. I'm not sure if that's the right expression.
Let's say confidence to complain. Confidence.
Yeah, I have a lot of confidence to complain.
Yeah.
No, so actually what we did when we noticed that we had like a lot of questions unanswered and not the right route to kind of find them or find the answers, or not everyone had, we opened up the donut. So we have the donut server just for people to ask questions. Also, if it's not like, it doesn't have to be a complaint, or it can also be like, oh my god, I have no idea how this works. Am I understanding this correctly? Yes or no? You can just ask in there, and a bunch of people will look at it, and they either will say, this is the answer because we know, or we will get that answer for you because we have the confidence to complain.
There you go. No, I think that's part of it, but and I think the other thing is not just, again, this is more about the, not just you, but also DeSjaak, but also Manny Milito. And there's a couple others who are really loud in the space, is to ask the other people in the space, hey, do you know? And in some cases, what was your submission like? And what was your experience like in working with each other, even if you can't get those answers from Upland immediately?
Oh yeah, for sure. Because the UGC community, we're not like super big, but we have grown. So it's like a larger group doing this, and we all know each other. Like, if I find someone that I don't know yet and made a design, I will hunt them down to kind of say like, hey, we're a group of people. Please, please, please get in contact with us. Because we all get better. Because if I ask a question to support and I get an answer, it's very important that everyone knows that, because then they also can. I think we see that with some of the more, the less objective ways certain designs get denied by the Upland team. if we don't spread the word on that among each other, we'll all make designs that will all get denied.
Mm.
So it's good to also share on that front, for
Where
sure.
is the line? What is the reason?
Yeah, and
Mm.
then we find out that there's
There's no reason.
not a reason, or well, there is a reason, but it's not um implemented for all. Like, for
Universally,
instance, I
uniformly.
made this.
Mhm.
I'm not trying to make this into a complaint stream, but
Oh,
just
no,
this
this is not a complaint. No. You're famous for complaining, but this is not a
yeah,
complaint. Yeah.
that's not a good thing to be
Yeah,
famous
just
about.
saying.
Can I just be famous to be nominated for Designer of the Year?
Fa- the one and only DeSjaak, famous
Yeah.
for being nominated Design of the Year, not a complainer. There you go.
Complainer of the Year? Are they
Yeah,
adding that category?
but
Because
next
to
year,
be
next
honest,
year.
I would love to have that title then. But no. So what I was trying to say is, I made this red carpet with like stanchions. They're called
Yeah, I saw
the
that.
barriers, and then I was told by an upland team member, like, oh no, you cannot have that because they're separate from each other, right? The red
Mm-hmm.
carpet, and then next to it you have the stanchions. They're not attached to each other.
Mm-hmm. You have
Okay.
space in between in the design. Yeah.
Yeah. So okay. So I had to do a bit of remodeling and like rebaking and stuff. Well, not much, but a little bit
Mm-hmm.
to get them separate. So now I sell the red carpet is one
Mm-hmm.
item, and the stanchions is a second item,
Mm-hmm. You gotta
which is
line them
fine.
up.
Yeah, I divide them up, which is okay. So before I started selling them, I saw someone else had red carpet with stanchions who were separate from each other but within one item.
Mm.
So that was exactly what I was told not to be allowed for exactly the same. And
Mm.
now we also have some items that are approved, which are amazing. You should look
Mm.
them up. Some like garden sets with like
Yeah,
overhang, but they're all separate
yeah.
items. So now we're all, can we do separate items? And why are some people sent back to the drawing board for having separate items? And how will this, like, did they slip through the cracks, or did
Mm.
we get over, like, which
Yeah.
direction is it going to take? Because
Yeah, which side is it?
yeah,
Is one side overextended or is one side underextended?
like, I'm partly a tiny bit annoyed because there was almost exactly the same design I was allowed in. Like, that's annoying to me, but I can, like, it's okay. It's a good design, and I like the person who made it, so that makes everything
Hashtag not a complaint stream.
not a complaint stream at all. No, so but to me the annoying part is how to move forward from this.
Mm.
So not even that there are like different decisions being made and
Mm.
different like things, like that's more of like a personal sentiment that people can have, like, oh, I didn't get in and that person did, like that's a
Mm.
personal emotion. But my frustration is more into, okay, so how are they communicating now what direction we need to go in? What will we do with our
Mm.
designs moving forward?
Mm.
So
Yeah, and I think that, and again, that's when I say that's the same thing with all of you. It kind of is, in different varying ways. You've got a reputation of it. DeSjaak, DeSjaak obviously is synonymous with, you know, I don't know, antagonizing, but asking the questions. I mean, again,
antagonizing, it keeps getting worse, right?
it's a complaint stream. I told you this is a complaint stream. No. But going into a stream, asking, hey, we haven't heard this yet. What's the answer? Trying to get those answers. And again, dude, everybody does it, or a lot of other people do, because they have their one area where they really want those answers. They haven't got that answer yet. And you've got to continue to work and find that answer. One thing that I think has changed a little bit was the when we had office hours for UGC.
Yeah.
That was something that it gave an outlet or a time or a space to ask those questions.
I really like that because like not everyone liked that, to be honest. So I love that, but not everyone did, because it was like a very specific moment, time zone, blah blah, where you had to be online. This was Friday for me in the evening, for US in the morning. So what we tried to do is collect all questions that would build up over the week, and then ask them there and try to get as many answers that we get. But the good thing is that we had a moment to, like, a direction to go, and it changed like a couple of like people came, left, came that
Mm.
could answer our questions. And I think the reason was that they didn't want to have like designers have their time, like Upland design team members spend their time
Mm.
on that opposed to designing, which
Mm.
makes kind of sense. But now I have absolutely no idea where to go. Like they tell
Mhm.
us to send an email to support, but
Mm.
I've gotten some weird, like I've had questions about ornament designs
Mhm.
and got answers about map assets. Like, so it's like there's a big like they often do not understand
Yeah.
what I ask there, I think. And sometimes I don't get an answer. So
Well, to be fair, when we talk about support, you're saying a message in an email into support@upwind.me, which we've always been told is for defining rules, answering questions, and
yeah,
potentially, what? I'm sorry.
so that
Yeah.
changed. We had there is a UGC email,
Hmm.
but we're not well, we're not supposed to email
Oh
that,
yeah.
so we won't get an answer. So the
Mm.
route is now first to
Yep.
support. They will sort like whoever needs to answer the
Yep.
question. It goes to that person and goes back, which
Mm.
it's fine by me if it works. But to
Yep.
me, for me, it doesn't work because, like for instance, the Genesis design question. It's like not a difficult question. It is
Mm.
you gave that we have to make different structures, and one is like for instance an apartment building, so they
Mhm.
gave us the sizes of the apartment building. That took like about two weeks to get those
Mm.
sizes, or 1 week, I'm not sure. I don't
Mm.
know. And then but now the question is, do we have to stick to those exact same dimensions, or can it be like in a different, like can it be triangle, or
Mm.
can it be like rectangle, so stick out
Mm.
on one part but be smaller than a or narrower, I never know how
Yeah.
to.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's not like it's a yes or no question.
Mm.
I don't think it should take 2 weeks, and the
Mm.
deadline is coming up, so
And what's the question? The question is, do we have to have the exact dimensions
yeah,
or
I
within
think
the
in my email.
parameters of the you want to share it? Go right ahead. Oh,
Yeah,
or you're looking for your language.
I won't share my screen for my email, but
Oh no. Again, no. Well, there's a way to manipulate it. There's a way to manipulate it, so
yeah,
it's
it's
not
true.
like, hey, this is my personal email. Take a look.
Let me see. Oh, wrong inbox. Mm.
If it's in Dutch, you have to read it in Dutch. Just so there's the
No,
way
I
it
didn't
is.
send it in Dutch. Support. So, my questions. I have 2 questions for the Genesis design competition. Question 1 is maximum size. I'm making an apartment building and a speedway building for my entry. In the announcement, there is a list of sizes. Is that also the max size we need to make it, or a reference size?
Mm.
For example, the apartment says 15.2 times 38.8 times 16.3. My design is now 14 times 30 times 17. So it's like more narrow on one end
Mm.
and then more just over the edge on the other end.
Mm.
Um, with the question, is that allowed? The second question is a speedway question. For the speedway design, are there any requirements functionality based for that type of building? Like, for instance, do people need to be able to sit there, and does it require garage doors?
Mm.
Thank you, DeSjaak.
Okay.
Send April 28th.
It's not April 28th. It's not April 29th. It's not May 1st. It's
Now,
been
I
2
I I
weeks.
don't
It's been 2 weeks.
need like an
Oh,
answer like
oh yeah.
that.
Yeah, I
I
hear you.
understand. I
Yeah.
don't need it like within the first week, but
Yeah.
this now it's kind of like it's
Yeah.
not
Yeah.
that much of a technical question. I assume that they can direct it to the person who can
Yeah.
answer this.
For sure. And again, that's it's not a complaint stream, DeSjaak. Not a complaint stream. But no, it's not it's not a complaint stream. But I mean, what's the solution? I mean, is there a way to better communicate with the team of Upland? Is there something that you think that would be a better bridge to be able to ask the questions and get the answer? What would you like? high up ranch.
communication.
Yeah.
I just want
Yeah.
like some sort of
Yeah.
form of communication. It doesn't have to be
Mm.
instant. I also understand that they get a lot of questions that are
Mm.
not like for them. Like I know if people
Mm.
are new in this space, they will ask questions that are just general questions about Blender, for instance. Like that's not something that the team needs to be spending time on because we can do that. Like the community can take that up, and we're trying to do that as well.
Mm.
So, but if we could get some way of like this competition is running now, why can we not ask questions about it? Why can we
Yeah.
not? Well, we can ask questions, but why can't we get answers
Get a
about it?
quicker answer. Yeah.
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 Like we used to have like the office hours actually started because of a competition. So they said, "Hey, Master Builders is going on, so we'll have two moments where we'll do like this AMA type of thing, but like about the competition, so we can get the answers there. That will be fine with me as well. I can wait until a set moment to ask these questions. But so yeah, I just hope that they're open to kind of work with us instead of like because I think we meaning the UGC community is putting in a lot of effort to make this place like the best place for creators, the best place to kind of like create in, learn in, contribute to this space. So I hope that we can get like a line of contact going in some sort of way.
Yeah, and on my part, you know, when we say things or when we say things like, what's the best way of communication, or even what do we want or expect? It's not even a matter of, you know, things that we have today, or you know that we didn't have yesterday, or things that we had yesterday we don't have today. Like it's changed, right? They were, at least having the office hours was nice. It's more of a matter of let's move forward on you know, on the idea of UGC being open and accessible to new people coming in. Let's make it so that we can build and we can grow, and that it can be accessible to as many people as possible. And if we have questions that don't have easy answers, again, you end up with people submitting things that get automatically rejected, and then you obviously have people who just aren't able to submit without having the answer. So hopefully we still have time, right? The submissions are the 21st, second.
Yeah, I'm just going to make it and see if it will get rejected or get lost again.
Yeah, because the test is not there, right? The validation tool is not going to give you that answer that you want, right?
No.
Did it work? Did it not work?
No. So that's the difficult part when like talking to a bit like upper management level of Upland. So they say, yeah, but it improved a lot because we have the testing tool, but technically they don't know what the testing tool does. So and it does not answer like questions like this. It just answers if you baked your texture right and if it has the right names, which is great. I mean, to be honest, it's a great addition to what they're doing, and I hope I think this speeds up approving from their end. It does, because from what I've heard, map assets are now like have a 2 weeks implementing time, which is so short. We've never had this fast of approval, so that's great. See, not fully complaining about everything.
This is not a complaint stream.
No. Like, cut this video up, just use that single bit, and it looks like I'm never complaining.
Like, I'm very happy with the 2-week turnaround. It's much better than it's been in the past. Thank you for improving that Upland.
Yeah, great improvement. This is a great space. Yeah. No, it is a great space, and it is a great improvement. So, yeah, I love that goes that fast and that well. So.
Wow, I just cut that out. Poop.
Yeah.
Upland's a great space. Works well. Better than it's been in the past. Beautiful. Great improvements.
Make that a trailer, and then like it will definitely be clickbaited because everyone's like, "What is DeSjaak saying now? She's not even mentioning anything about this or that."
No, we're gonna be authentic. We're gonna be authentic.
Okay, can I give one other compliment?
Wow, you can give all the compliments you want.
No, just one. Then I'm like, then I'm exhausted of like giving the Upland team compliments. No, I'm kidding. I like them. Is that we're getting royalties.
We're getting royalties.
We're getting royalties.
So that was the thing is I had heard what the team had heard, and people don't hear the same things in between the lines when Upland says things. But 6 months ago, I heard in between the lines this was going to happen before Genesis Week 2024. And
You
what
heard
that
that 6 months ago?
I have good ears. No, they said that we have a priority. Like 6 months ago, we have a priority of making the UGC royalties happen. It's going to happen,
Oh,
this year.
interesting.
Why? What? Why we don't keep people?
Because they tell me different things. So
They're like we have a priority of making this happen. This is going to happen, and the way when they say this is going to happen in the near future, this is going to happen. When we go all the way back, they said, "Oh, this is going to happen." They kind of sell this as this is part of the future of Upland. They talk about the two quarters out or whatever. And when I hear 2 quarters out, I always hear at the end of 2 quarters out. So that would be right before Genesis Week 2024. And it would also mean that if it happens right before Genesis Week 2024, it means that it's going to be like 2 days before, and it's going to be a selling feature of, yay, we did it. And then you can put it Genesis Week 2024.
So shall I tell how I, like, for
What's
me,
your interpretation?
I heard it a year ago.
Yep.
So there was like this big announcement, yay, or like, because like in Web3 you cannot not have royalties, so we are having royalties for all the creators.
Mhm.
And we'll be backdated, blah blah blah. It was like
Yeah.
a big, like, everyone happy, celebrating, parades in the street.
Yeah, true.
I mean, here in front of my house, royalties
all the way. Wait a minute, all the way to Dutchy Land.
Yeah,
and
Dutchy
then
Land.
back and back.
Yeah,
Okay,
it was a great celebration. They were very happy. There was no date on there, which is fine. So I don't have to have like signed dates and sealed stuff.
Yeah.
But with the announcement, I kind of assumed that it would be in the same year because it was like early 2023. And because they made like this big, like, yay, we're doing this. You get royalties. You get royalties. So
yeah,
that obviously didn't happen, which is also fine. Like, I understand it's difficult to implement. Like, it needs to be technically correct, blah, blah, blah. But I don't understand why they don't like update us on it, because they took away the roadmap. They took away anything that like kind of like that. If they would have said like at the end of the year, the catch up thingy, they would say like, well, and we announced royalties this year. We plan it for blah blah blah, or
second quarter 2024. Yeah.
I don't even have to have quarters. I'm like counting years here because we got silence. We didn't get any answers. So then I think 1 or 2 months ago, I got a bit like complainy. I don't know. That happens sometimes about it. And I asked Squall, like, what's the deal with those royalties? Like, are we getting them or not? And then he said that they were currently not a priority. So that they were not like coming anytime. I shouldn't expect them anytime soon because they were busy with other stuff. So that was already like, okay. And then I said, well, okay, at least they're backdated. And then he said, where did you hear that? And it's like, it said so in the when it was announced.
Yeah.
And then he's like, I think I'm reading it different than you are. So I read back the announcement and it said something like royalties, past, present, and future, something like that. I don't know the exact
promotional sense, right? Is that seem promotional?
And then he said like, oh no, I'm reading that when it gets implemented, from then it will start, and it will also be about past items. I was like, yeah, of course it will also be about past items. They are not going to not like give it to that, but to me, it kind of indicated that it was backdated. And I remember there also was some talk about being backdated. I talked to Ben. He also said like he was in the beta program. There was also something there about talk about being backdated royalties. So he kind of like, Squall kind of like made us a bit flustered.
So it was, and here's the thing too, and I see this in Upland again. This is definitely not a complaint stream. Not a complaint stream. No, this is not a complaint. This is not a complaint at all. This is a reality for me. When you reach out to a community manager and you ask a question, and they don't have the answer, as opposed to saying that's not my specialty. Sometimes they have an opinion, a personal opinion, and when it comes off and they say, "Oh, that I don't understand. That's not my belief, or that's not what I know, or I don't think that's the way." They're not always checking and saying, "Okay,
Yeah.
what is the truth here?" And sometimes that answer doesn't come right back. So occasionally I hear like the Squall said this, or so and so said this, and so and so said that, and unfortunately, I think they sometimes will conflict with each other because it's not coming from the source
Yeah.
material.
Like that's where I like
Yeah.
being Dutch more, because like then you would just say, this is not my specialty, so I'm not sure. We'll have to wait until the announcement
Yeah.
comes with the exact information, because the
Mm.
way he told us, it actually did send quite a shock through the UGC community. I know a couple of people who decided to stop making anything at that point. I know some people who said, like, I came in this space because of royalties, and now it was prominence and taken away, like stuff like that. So people were very disappointed. Luckily, we then had the AMA with Idan, who was very clear of saying that it will be backdated for
Yeah.
everyone. So
Everyone and everything.
yeah,
Yeah.
every item based on it's still all based on manufacturing. So if you're a designer not manufacturing, you won't get a single
Oh,
bit.
of course, manufacturers always win. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
It's the reason why my design process is so slow, is because I don't have a lot of spark, and I have no way of outsourcing that, or like getting people to stake spark on my stuff.
1 to 5 spark at Genesis Week 2024, which is part of the reason why you're going to Genesis Week 2024.
Like, I need that spark. So yeah. So know that if you're a manufacturer and you're manufacturing items right now, you will get the royalties backdated. Idan promised us. Like, I downloaded the video where he said it, I cut it up, and they saved it in a file because it's very important.
That way, if you have to be like Squall,
yeah, I
copy
will
paste,
GIF
copy
it
paste,
so I can
copy
like
paste.
Yeah. So very happy with royalties.
Yes. So yeah, it's a huge thing. Again, after AMA, some people caught that, and said, yes, look at, he's very clearly saying by the end of the next quarter, essentially by Genesis Week.
Aiming at Genesis Week, no promises.
Yeah.
I don't mind if it's like the month after or 2 months after even, but like this year we're getting royalties, everything's getting backdated. This will be perfect.
Yeah,
I won't get much because most of my designs that were like in rotation were sold and manufactured by Upland, so they will get my royalties. But other people will get a lot of royalties, and I'm happy.
Yeah. I mean, again, you have things that have changed hands in many ways, or for many reasons. The stuff that is sold at low production values, limited numbers of one piece or another, that's where you get more royalties because they change hands more. If you've got like an open edition of 40,000, why would you go buy it in the secondary when you can go buy it in the primary?
Yeah, that's exactly why I'm so happy personally with royalties, because I think it forces this space to become a bit more aware of the economy attached to it, the place in Upland, maybe even layer 2 utilities there where it like encourages people to trade that. So I only see like positive things coming from royalties. And also, just in the Web3 space in general, it's very common practice to have royalties. So if we want to get more designers from outside into Upland making their UGC art and making Upland their design home, we need royalties. We need that to get them here.
I think that, again, I think I've got to and I kind of did that here earlier, where you have to kind of point out the flaws in order to really kind of push forward the positives. But this is really a positive. I mean, the turning this around, this is something that people had questions. Was this ever coming? Last year, like it was right after Genesis Week, it was confirmed that they're coming, right? Yes.
No, before.
Right before Genesis Week, sorry, right
Yeah.
before Genesis Week, it was confirmed, yes, we're going to have royalties. It's going to be something that's going to come. People had asked about it. That was great. That carried on for 5 or 6 months. People started getting fatigued with what we knew. And then we had the first quarter 2024. Yes, the first quarter 2024 AMA. That was actually not right at the beginning of the first quarter of 2024. That kind of did the clarification, and the Don said, "Yes, it's coming. I promise." Yeah, here we go. Here's a definition. So, again, that's a positive. That's a reinforcement, and as long as this happens, as far as I'm concerned, by the end of this quarter, that's fulfillment that really lets when we talk about Genesis cycles, the Genesis cycle between 2024 and 2025 allows that to be a lot more UGC focused and UGC growth and bring. Is that fingers crossed? Oh, that's somebody see over there. Oh, there you go. That more UGC focused and more room in the space for people to come in who were afraid to come in or who were looking for more justification that there was room in the space for people.
Definitely. And I also want, like, if anyone's watching right now, I know, like, not that long ago, I did a Twitter post about, be honest, if you ever thought about opening up Blender, but like starting designing Upland, but you haven't even opened up Blender. And then I got so many responses of a lot of people. And I want to encourage everyone, like, take that step, download that program. It's free, it's open source. Please do it and give it a try. Because out of the 4 nominees, I think Manu as well, and definitely Charles. No, I know. Wait till I make my point. Those 2 are new in this space.
Within the last 12 months.
For Manu, I don't know. I think she might have been before that. But Charles, for sure. Yeah. Charles is super new, and look, like the amount of assets he's been making. He wasn't doing that beforehand. So, and also, I think DeSjaak and I are still super noobs at like a lot of the Blender stuff. We're definitely not pros. We don't have like years and years and years of experiences. You can just like open it up and start doing it. It's a possibility. Like DeSjaak sends me Instagram reels every day with like, did you know if you click on this, it works like that? And like most of the time I was like, no, I've been doing this manually all this time.
Well, that's the thing is there are people like Lily is probably one of the few who's literally been in Blender for years and years, and everybody else in the community is like, oh, this is a tool I can use.
I'm always afraid to show like stuff to Lily or ask stuff to Lily. She's like, yeah, make a screenshot. And I'm like, yeah, but I don't know if my file looks like it's supposed to look.
Yeah, for sure. And I love this question because this is a very real question for me. How many hours a day are you guys spending in Upland and all things Upland? Know. You stop keeping track?
I've never started.
Oh yeah,
track because otherwise I wouldn't have spent. Now I spend a lot of. I'm not actually in Upland. I don't do a lot of trading. I've never done a lot of trading. I've never I'm not really like scouting for properties, and like I spend my time on like useless Discord stuff most of the time.
No, not just useless Discord stuff, but I mean, if you really talk about your design, so you have the time you design your art. You have the time you have to learn the tool better, which that's
the same time. Like, please put that in the same time.
Okay, fine then.
Like learning time and making time. Okay, just have making time and learn along the way, please.
Okay. You're making time along the way, and making and learn along the way. Making along the way.
If only I could make time.
And you're making time as you go. And then obviously you have the time that you spend, directly engaging in your Discord stuff, which is negligible, right? Not a big deal there. And then you have the time you spend on city research and putting together city research the next time we get a new city. And I'm sure that's only a couple hours a month, right?
Yeah, then I have about 8 other projects running at the same time. Yeah, so I think like it would be better to kind of like show how my upland day looks like, because I don't
Yeah.
know. I'm bad with numbers. I cannot like.
We'll put it 2 hours a month. How's that sound?
Yeah.
That's what a lie. What a lie.
No, I mean I wake up and then I always check Discord first. So I check DMs because I get a bunch of DMs. Then I check Assassins. So every message that ever gets posted in Assassins ever, I it's the only server I make sure that I don't have any notifications on. Then I go to the Dutch server. Then I go to the Upland server. Have a chat with people there. Hope to see Wizzo saying coffee and rent. Blend like the donut server is a little less like high maintenance. In a way.
Yeah.
So, but if there's a message there, then we have the female empowerment server, but that's not as busy either at the moment. Then Twitter. Then I usually forget to open Upland and miss my Spark login stream.
Whoa, no, don't do that. So you said you spent like, what I'm hearing is like a couple hours in Upland to get through all this stuff, and you go and you do your work on your art and your design along the way, and you just don't have time to even press Upland for about 14 seconds.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Like totems actually helped me get my login stream, like a login streak going, because I had to not let my totems die. So
yeah, that's fair.
Can we please get totems back so I can get Spark?
Well, that was the fun thing about totems, right? The totems forced your activity, but it also helped you, supply along the way at least once a day. In many cases, at least once a day if you had multiple totems.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. So I have a hackathon submission with Steven, and it was actually, we had the idea before totems came, and then totems came and we're like, we're going to ditch this idea now because they're already doing that with totems. But then totems was so fun that we're like, we can still do a layer 2 game about animals. We can still do this. So I spent my entire week this week making our what's a totem?
It's a joke. That's Jimmy Jester saying, I haven't seen anything from a totem in 5 months.
I know.
What's a totem?
Danny said in a video, I don't remember which one, that
it was the AMA. It was the AMA.
We'll get news about totems. Like, I expected it like last week, but let's add a couple of like Upland weeks to that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, for sure. Go ahead.
We'll get some totem news, right?
Yeah, that was the AMA. So I read that as, hey, we're in this quarter. It'll happen in this quarter. So technically speaking, we're still in the same quarter.
We'll get some news in this quarter.
Oh, no. Okay, fair enough. I didn't mean we're going to definitely have another cycle this quarter. I mean, before the end of the quarter, that's when we'll get the news.
I'm expecting another quarter somewhere this year.
Fourth quarter, baby. Yes, no, it's definitely a matter of, there's a lot of priorities going on right now. We didn't even know about airplanes, and now here's some airplanes coming. And hey, don't you put that this is not a complaint stream.
I'm not complaining. I'm just making a not impressed by private planes face. I don't care.
So, they're working on planes in the background, and meanwhile people are like, what are you even doing right now? I want my totems back. So, again, it's competing priorities here.
But you know what is my number one thing I wish in Upland? Even more than totems, I really want submergence features for showrooms. I so much want that.
And the concern has historically been, or the argument of the concern is that it's about the placement, the third party placement of assets from someone else's property. And with the approval feature, is it really there or is it here? And how do we and when does that get ascribed along the way? And if this person selects this corner over here and I move something over there, does that invalidate the listing and all of those things?
I know, no, it's technically very, very difficult, but I would trade owning a private plane and a totem cycle this year over submergent feature.
Fair enough. Yeah, the submergent feature is definitely something that's high on the list as far as being requested. You also gave away like Jimmy over here crying. No,
I'm sorry.
Jimmy's
I know.
not crying.
Well,
He wants to
okay,
be
but what
reminded what a
about
totem
you
is.
guys? Like everyone in the comments, everyone watching, would you rather have a totem cycle this year or submergent feature being live? Thank you, Tid. Thank you.
Submergent is a must-have. Yes.
I know that like the technical implication of it is not similar. Like the dev time for private planes is not the same as the dev time to get submergent feature.
A private plane at this point, and again, I don't know what Upwind is built for functionality, but a private plane at this point is, as far as I'm concerned, is
a car that flies.
A car that flies. It's leveraging what we already have. We already have point-to-point travel in between two locations in Upwind. It calculates the distance and it does a speed, and then doom is done. So it's the same thing. It doesn't require reinventing the wheel. Up, there you go.
Oh no, we'll have a battle, totem versus submergent feature.
Totem versus submergent feature. It is the battle. But yeah, I mean, here's my argument. You ready for my argument?
I don't know if I'm ready. Depends on what it is.
Both. That's my argument. Both.
You cannot have both. It's like a dilemma. You have to pick. Oh, I'm going to do this. Like I'm going to do like Twitter dilemmas.
Twitter dilemmas. Yeah, no. So, and again, the idea of the totem, Upwind never said that totem cycles were going to be sequential, right? Or they were going to be directly tied.
No, yeah, for sure.
It was never promised.
No.
I assumed the point of totems was to, push this along before we get to Genesis Week, so Genesis Week can focus on life.
Oh no! I knew like five cycles, the amount of days. It wasn't even going to finish this year, so that I knew. But I kind of hoped it would like be alongside the seasons. Orange sharks, orange sharks die fast. I think I got rid of all my oranges. Or did I? Oh, I'm not sure. I either got rid of all my oranges or I turned everything into oranges because I was like, if I'm logging in every time, then I had at least oranges.
Well, oranges, you have to do it like all the time.
I know. So I don't remember. I think I got rid of all my oranges. See, I don't even know who my totems are anymore. And I've spent
You have a great memory. It just doesn't extend back 5 months. Sorry. No, it's
so long ago since I. Well, so yeah. Well, let's see if I can get my zoo game out, and then I think we can even build in functionality for totems in there.
Well, that would be a potential API, right? The API integration would be.
Oh no, not potential. That I can do that with current API.
Okay, no, but I mean that's a potential. When I say potential, that is something that you could do. Obviously, the API call already exists. You have an API call that says verification of assets, so you can say, does blank person own blank asset? That is an API call. Again, anybody who's not in the dev area, anybody who is not a UDN Upwind Developer Network, somebody tied in, that call is 100% there. It's just an asset call. What does so and so have? Yes. Yeah. What does so and so have as of today? So we already have that ability, but in your game, it would make sense. Build that API call. Do you have this totem? Now you have this feature, functionality, or whatever.
Especially because totems will cease to have any utility after the cycles are gone. So you just have the statues left. So
yeah, that's poor dead shark, orange dead shark.
Next cycle, make sure to be in assassins. We keep animals alive.
Yeah, Keep animals alive. You need to have a way of feeding them. Let them go to the nursery. My animal gets sick. He's gonna go to the vet, and then
No,
maybe
you
someone
just
come.
have to log in at the right time and give him the right stuff.
Or
There's
what
someone who
happens?
built like a very good tool, but I forgot his name.
Oh,
I'm going.
there was two great tools, and
I
they
used
both
one.
worked.
I just used one gray tool, the one with like the white background and like the grayish. I remember always like
Yeah,
visual things, not
yeah. Not the actual site name.
Upland info, I think. Let me
Upland.info. Upland.info. Upland my
Upland.
Upland.info.
Yeah,
My
Upland.
Upland.info. Yeah. See, I remember things. Look at that. It just took a little while. Yeah, and that was my tool. But yes, there was other tools that existed, and they had the same information. And again, it took a little time to titrate. And as I continue to say on this, if we have another cycle soon, we're gonna have another cycle, DeSjaak. It's gonna happen. But if we
I
had
would
another
like
cycle,
remove the word soon from that sentence, but yes, we're
do
definitely
you
going
know
to
how
have
the word
another.
soon works in Upland? It's as long as it
That's
needs
true.
to be.
That's true.
As long as it needs to be. So we'll have another cycle soon. But if we have that cycle soon, when that cycle happens eventually, I should say, I think that it's going to have different parameters. So be prepared for those parameters to be different. Don't think that we're going to have the same timing or the same cycling or the same penalties.
Now we'll definitely get the stuff. What's it called? The how many protem your totem can hold.
Mm-hmm.
So that will be implemented. I try.
Capacity.
Yeah. So it
Mm-hmm.
won't like overflow in extra. So some, like, if you have a totem that can last for like 3 days, but it has very little capacity, you still have to log in. So if you are shorting your totems on anything right now, you might want to look if you can get some better trays on that front. Like if you have an orange one, it doesn't really matter because you have to log in a lot anyways to keep them alive. But if you have one of the like better colors, check the capacity on it, because if the capacity is little, then it won't die, but you won't get the protem for it. So
Well, and that's even more to the base, right? You don't have a penalty for missing a feeding cycle, but you will have a penalty in not accruing anymore at a certain point.
yeah, so that I think that will become important. But I heard Adan saying some stuff about changing some more stuff, and that I didn't like. So
This is what I foresee happening, because we talked about the specifics of here's your aspects of your totem. Sorry, I think they're going to change by the time we get the next cycle. I think it's going to be like, oh, we've changed this and we decided to not have capacity, because we've done that before, either simplifying or adding an aspect like we have in racing. We were told that we're going to have car shops and we're going to have modifications, and we're going to have an analog of adding a spoiler or exhaust or whatever the case is. And that is almost certainly for the long term become temporary boosts. That's changed. I don't think there's going to be an economy around car modification anytime soon. I think boosts instead.
Yeah, same, because I look at it always from like the design perspective and see that the cars are not equipped to get like modifications like that. So in that sense, I think they are able to do wraps. So other
skinning
colors on it. That's definitely possible.
Yeah.
And different. Well, on the wheel front, I think you could upgrade the wheels because it's separate. It's a separate mesh with a separate texture. So
the wheels are a separate mesh. So you could change just the wheels out.
Yeah.
Cosmetically.
Cosmetically, but also maybe
performance-wise, you mean?
Performance-wise, yeah.
Yeah.
Could be. But I'm not sure about how that goes on like the blockchain side of things, how they like register the alteration of a asset. Not sure.
I don't know. Because again, the idea of burning a boost and having a single burn boost, you have to have a blockchain for owning it and blockchain for burning it. But theoretically, that's all done in the UI. As far as how does that modify your performance? That if you
Yeah,
do that
yeah.
on the
But
UI.
I mean, like, if you upgrade the wheels on your car,
And you were
that
to
would
sell it.
change your assets. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure how,
Because
or maybe you'll like select the base of your car that you have right now, then select the upgrade, and then in the UI you will see that if you're selling it, you could also just sell the car or just sell the wheels or sell it together. Maybe it's like this is future talk. Don't expect this anytime soon, but could be.
soon is a long, long period
I
of
know.
time. Yeah, yeah.
You know what is coming?
Okay, let's
Or
do it.
well, I'm not sure if it's coming like soon, so we don't know what, but it's UGC legit.
Yeah, it is. It is, and that's
Because
what's
we
going to
have the
happen at Porsche
requirements
Sparklet.
now, how to design them, how to
Hmm.
make them.
Hmm.
So we could potentially get that.
Wow, wouldn't that be cool if that dovetailed into Sparklet? You know, with the idea of actually transitioning from Spark into Sparklet. Oh, that would be a great opportunity. Because you have to
Yeah,
burn Sparklet. You have to burn Sparklet in order to get your
yeah. So
legit.
I heard people saying like, oh, but we don't need more legits. We have enough. Blah blah blah. But if we can make our own legits,
Hmm.
or we can make membership cards, for instance. So I could make an hypo- hypothetical. I could make an analytic assassins legits. You'll
Hmm.
have to buy it, get access to a room in the server where the city release is, and
Hmm.
that like those type of things are possible with UGC legit. So it's more people have to think of it more like what can I use it for to get my own like projects across. You
Hmm.
can do stuff with nodes, you can do stuff. There's a bunch of stuff that you could do if we had UGC legits. It would be awesome.
UGC gating. That's what I see it as.
Yeah.
And again, gating is going to be important. Whether Upland gives us gating or we can build gating ourselves, which people can do when we're talking about things like cafes. You want to have gating into your cafe, and either Upland has to give you that gating feature, or they can give you the gating call, an API call, and you then make the gating whatever the gating legit's going to be.
Yeah, no, it will. So I think it will be awesome to have that.
Yeah, and that's what I see the point, and I 100% agree. That's why I see the point of why would I want to make a legit, knowing that legit itself, in and of itself, is just a display NFT. And do I want? Excuse me. Do I really want just a display NFT? And no, you don't want just a display NFT. You want to do a proof of ownership. A proof of ownership stake, and that's what you want. And again, that's Upland. You can do it. I believe in you.
Mm.
It's coming soon.
It's not a complaint stream. See, we are
No,
so
no.
valued.
Oh, this is not even a complaint. What
No,
is
I
it?
know. I wasn't even like. I
Yeah,
know I did a sarcasm voice, but I wasn't
yeah,
sarcastic.
well, it was not even a complaint. This is just like, and again, we're talking UGC, but we don't have to. But we're talking UGC, but realistically, the UGC as well as other things. It is a matter of evolving priorities, right? We are working on one thing, and then one thing takes longer to come out because we're working on another thing instead. And it seems like even though Upland has some siloing, they have some different departments that do different things at different times.
Definitely, yeah, for sure.
It does feel like that if the priority changes in one area or another, something that already was in progress might get delayed or slowed down along the way.
Yeah, and yeah, I know. Like, I promised some people in the Upland team I wouldn't complain about this anymore, but I'm just going to mention it, so it's not a complaint.
Not a complaint stream. Okay, go ahead.
I think that a roadmap of some sort
Mm.
could take away a lot of concern, because if I could see royalties or whatever on the roadmap, even if it says like long term, or I would know, okay, this is still something that they think about or know that is happening. They haven't forgot about it. Forgotten about it. So I would like to see the old roadmap back, like the grid with the stuff.
Yeah.
Please complain, like, so I don't have to anymore, like take over my complaint. No, I mean, we say complain, but I actually like most of my dedication for Upland shows in these type of feedback. Maybe we can call it feedback instead of
Feedback.
complaints. Like the only reason I say it is because I want this to succeed so bad. I think it would be so much better if maybe I could like do something with my way of upbringing the complaints.
And that's my point, Ted. Thank you. See, Ted, right up here, simpatico, is that's what Upland's concern was, right? The concern was if we miss our goalpost, you're gonna have people going. Rah, 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 rah. See, that's a complaint stream, and we don't want complaint streams.
We don't do
so
that. We would never do that.
No,
Now,
we
I
would
don't
do that.
even. I personally don't mind if goalposts keep moving. Like it, I don't know. Everyone has projects where you're working on and stuff like changes, right? Life changes. There are new things coming. But for me, it's always been like about communication. If you communicate, for instance, the UGC entries for ornaments and a couple of other things have been passed since like January 2nd, and they said it was only going to be for a couple of weeks, and we've never heard anything else afterwards. So ornaments have been like silenced until still currently. So I would have appreciated saying like, hey, we're going to postpone ornaments a bit longer, so we can do this or that. So if they could like communicate that with us, there wouldn't be any reason. Speedway meta venture applications are not going. Are still. It's the same. It's the same stop as ornaments. So at the same time they stopped and are not doing it because I think that the same team is involved there. I guess, and for both of them, they still have to catch up with old stuff. So they are going to do that first before they reopen. That's from what I've heard, but we have no clue when they are reopening.
Well, as far as I can tell, or as far as the feeling down here, right down the tum tum, is that it's kind of going to play a little bit into the reorganization of the raceways, and Upland's talking about potential soon, right, of opening up and expanding what raceways are available and going from just the medium to having the, I don't know what the next size is. If I don't know if they're going to go smaller or larger, but they said this is going to happen eventually. I wouldn't be surprised if they don't release things until they are about ready to, say the multiple sizes, the second size available.
We might get a UGC Speedway.
What?
Because it's part of the Genesis design options there.
Oh wow! It's almost like them saying we want to have this Genesis or to have this new raceway building tying into the next feature of having expanded raceways. Almost.
I don't know.
I don't know. I took that as a hint. I really did. I took that as a hint.
Can I make a bridge? Because I still have 5 minutes on the clock and then I need to get going. Sorry.
Go. Bridge.
What are you expecting, wanting, hoping for this Genesis week? Not in terms of Upland, but just in terms of fun.
Oh, you're telling me what we're supposed to do to like destroy Vegas? I want to.
That's your interpretation of it.
What do I want to do for fun? It can't be Upland because I would have some fun in Upland. I want to see some.
I know,
panels.
but I meant like not like Upland roadmap style. What are you looking forward to? What are you like?
Oh yeah, I want to see the panels. I want to see what I want to.
You're on a panel, right? Can I say that?
I'm not.
Are you?
Am I? I don't have any information on a panel.
Oh, I hope you're on a panel. I was kind of expecting you on a panel.
I'm interviewing Pavel at Upland headquarters. They haven't got back to me about panel stuff yet, and someone just told me they
will get panels, right?
We've got panels this year for sure. So we're gonna have panels. I haven't heard anything about my panels. I have heard that other people's have panels that are going officially, semi-officially, but I haven't heard back from the team on that. But yes,
Oh, but
panels are
probably
going.
you cannot do a panel because you're already winning broadcaster of the year, right?
I'm
So
not winning broadcaster of the
you don't
year.
know. Maybe you
I'm
are.
nominated. I'm nominated.
Yeah, but if you're winning, then it would be a bit too much if you're also doing a panel. So maybe
No,
they know more than you know.
no. But I do want a panel. What do I want to look for? Let's make it easy. I want to destroy people on that racetrack.
Oh,
Destroy.
I just need to beat Cheese because
Okay.
I vaguely remember making a bet with her about it somewhere. I'm not sure, Cheese, if you're seeing this, remind me what we're betting over. But I think we challenged each other for race.
Probably 5 epics. That's that's a bet.
Yeah, probably high
5 epics is the bet. Yeah, five epics.
high
Geez,
stake racing.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's the
So
way it's
we're
done.
coming with a big Dutch group. Actually, we're all on the same plane.
I heard that. So I heard, and I know that we're about to run out of time. I heard that you're coming with a Dutch contingency. All us Americans better be afraid and better run
Yes,
because
we'll
the
be
problem.
brutally honest, way too direct, and super sleepy because of the jet lag.
It's gonna be awesome. It's gonna be
Mhm.
awesome. You all just gonna go fall asleep on trains. It's gonna be okay.
Probably.
Yeah,
No,
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
trying to not do jet lag this time.
You know, I'm getting there earlier than I did last year. I'm not going to be crazy the first day, so that I can be crazy the rest of the days. That's what I'm going to try to do
Smart.
myself. Yeah.
So I have a question: if people are still watching, like that are not going,
Mm.
is there anything you would want to like see or know or like get in terms of us sending you information from? What are you laughing at? Yes,
That's why I'm
so that
laughing.
5 UPEX is in my pocket.
You just made 5 up. Yeah. What do people want to? And I've been asking this question. There are people still watching. I mean, of course, but the 24 eyes. How many of those are not going to Genesis Week? I don't know. But yeah, how many people are not going to Genesis Week who have questions they want answered Genesis Week? Is that the question?
Yeah, that's the question. No, I know like some people approach me because they won't do a stream this time. Like Upland won't do a stream
Mm.
from what I've
So
heard.
So I had talked to the team about this already. So it's not that they're not doing a stream; it's that the reliability of the stream with the third party uh, is the issue, right? Because
Oh yeah.
they were saying that they have to use the vendor and they can't come and use their own vendor or be their own vendor, and the reliability of that stream that pushes to the community, that was an issue. What
But
they're gonna focus on more is video clips, like going and doing this and then putting that out quickly.
yeah. So less live.
Less live, more video clips to the
Okay.
community. We may still have streams, but they wanted to focus on, hey, this is recorded and we can push this recording out. Hey, we're going to interview these people officially and we're going to push that interview out. And yeah, I'm loving Twitter. It's very easy to push video on Twitter. I could imagine people who are in the community, whether you are a broadcaster officially or not, whether you just want to show what your experience is, I could see a lot of those streams possibly popping up.
Yeah, I will do just like live typing in Assassins. So there's some sort of information stream, but it depends on how tired I am, on how many information I can get across. But if there are like specific parts or things that people want to see, then this is the time to tell us. Anything that's going on. That's like a lot. Anything is a lot. Yeah.
No, this is what I'm thinking. I'm thinking, and Cheese did this last year, but I'm thinking what you should do, and I'm gonna do, and Cheese is gonna do, is you get this little camera, a little GoPro, and you strap that on, and you just don't turn it off, and that's live
No,
streaming the whole time.
that is way too dangerous for me to be.
What are you looking at? Hey, what are you doing over there?
I mean,
Why are you
there's a
sitting in the
Magic
corner?
Mike show in the same venue.
You can't turn that off. You got to leave that camera on the whole
Yeah,
time.
it's
If you
like
happen to be going in
that's what you
there,
all be watching. Sorry.
hey, you signed up for this. You said everything I see you want
Yeah.
to see. That's what you're gonna see, Jimmy. That's what you're gonna see.
You asked for it. Sorry.
Here we go, Cheese. Woo woo.
Yes.
Yes, GoPro on the head. I told Cheese already. GoPro on the head, one on the chest, one on the elbow, one on the other elbow,
Do
and
one
then
on your back
afterwards.
so you can see like who's like looking at
Whoa!
you from the back.
No. That's gonna feed into my like being worried. Who's doing what behind me? And then I'm just seeing all the people be like,
I'm going to watch this live stream back and partly be ashamed of stuff I said or done on there, but also because I want to see what everyone did there while I was there.
oh. I mean, yeah, the chat's definitely running through for sure. No questions asked. We will see that Goldie is part of that Magic Mike show. Thank you, Cheese. That's gonna happen. That's this year.
So then we'll have like from my perspective and my GoPro, and then your perspective on the stage.
From the stage.
Oh, interesting. We can cross-cut that. Fun.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I can still be on for a bit of chatter, but my battery is 1%, and I do not have a thing in reach. So I will shut down in any second.
Oh, so that was your 5-minute call. So that's even better than, hey, it's Saturday. I'm going to the park. I gotta go.
I'm going to the beach actually. So I do have plans.
No. And definitely understand plans. But that is better than having plans. My technology is about to destroy itself. That's good.
Yeah.
That's good.
This message will self-destruct.
This message will self-destruct in 30 seconds. Of course, ready to see it. Of course, here we go. One more there. Loving to see the Genesis Week 2024. Excited to see you there. Again, everything's off the rails with me at 1 o'clock or 2 o'clock in the morning here, of course. But thank you so much for your time. Looking forward to Genesis Week this year. More than just nominee for Designer of the Year, DeSjaak, but looking forward to seeing what you got for the hackathon. You even stuck that in there. So, do you like zoo animals? Do you like Upland? Do you like Layer 2 experiences? Upzoo. There you go. There's your trailer.
Thank you, because I still needed voiceovers for the trailer, so I can.
Just hit me up. We'll do it. That's all I want in the Upland space. Hit me up, Layer 2. All I want to do is voiceovers in a world. That's all I want to do in the Upland space. All right, it's good to see you. Thank you so much, DeSjaak. I know you're about to drop off. And we'll have to see what we do in Genesis Week.
And thank you, King Cody, for this tagline below, because I just made a screenshot of this, and it kind of looks as if we have this clickbait video of oh my god, what did Cody
do? Is he wearing pants? I don't know.
The wildest live stream in history.
No, that's we already. It's already been said that Goldie is part of. See this is the wildest. This is the wildest Upland.
Yeah, this is also now my dream. Yeah.
Why'd you do that to us, Cheese? Why did you do that to us?
This is what I'm going to ask during the if we get an AMA. Is this live? This is definitely live.
Look, we are live for about 40 more seconds. God.
Yeah.
We are literally about to sign off. Yes, this is the middle of the night. Yes, it's 2:35 a.m. East Coast,
it's the morning
US.
So it's
but it is the time to get started in oh no, we knew it was coming and it has come. It is the middle of the morning, the time to get going for the day in the Netherlands, and that's exactly what's going on. Losing technology intentionally on the part of DeSjaak to say, I have to go. And with that, God, it was good to see you. It's good to see everyone. It was great to have DeSjaak, but that is a frozen DeSjaak to say, in my battery. And best possible timing, because to end things off, let me do a couple things and say a couple things to do so is thank you everyone for coming in tonight. We do try to do this as much as I can to get in and interview those who are in the community doing things around many aspects of the game of Upland. Later in the week, hopefully not this time of the morning. Later in this week, in the week, I will have a interview with a staff member, hopefully closer to my showtime, which is 7:30 p.m. PT, on a weeknight later this week, so we can have some discussions about Genesis Week from the what is coming up, official stuff, but also just the idea of fun and what we're thinking about planning for Genesis Week 2024 this year. And then, of course, from there, just getting ready to what it looks like, and when we go to Genesis Week, what does that interaction look like with staff members, and what are they looking forward to from their perspective? And then along the week, I also got a project associated with Upwind, or starting to push association with Upwind, to talk to later this week. Lot to look forward to for Genesis Week. But for tonight, thank you so much. Looking forward to getting some sleep and doing another one of these in the near future. Live in the Upland Cafe, live on Twitter, live on YouTube. Monday through Friday, 7:30 p.m. PT, and maybe some more of these pop-ups along the way. Thank you so much for being here, and looking forward to more of it as we head towards Genesis Week.